Mendeecees Heartbroken, Yandy's confession ends their marriage amid Sierra pregnancy rumors. The lights flickered weakly on the living room's edges as Mendeecees sat in silence, the weight of Yandy's words hanging in the air like lead. He had known turbulence, all the gossip, all the whispers, but nothing had prepared him for this confession. Yandy's voice broke through the stillness. "I can't keep living in half-truths anymore." She swallowed, eyes glistening. "I've said things, done things, and I'm sorry. I betrayed us." She paused. The truth she offered was heavier than any secret. He clenched his jaw, fighting tears, wanting to speak, wanting to retreat, but paralyzed by it all. To Mendeecees, her admission was a rupture he couldn't repair with words alone. At that moment, the fragile threads holding them together snapped. Years of sacrifice, defense, loyalty, and pressure seemed to unravel in seconds. The confession landed like a thunderclap, raw, unavoidable. They had already navigated storms. The public scrutiny, his past entanglements, the relentless lens of reality television. But this was their core. Yandy's admissions exposed cracks deeper than the ones fans saw. It signaled not just betrayal, but a redefinition. The risk was that their foundation no longer existed. In the silence that followed, Mendeecees recalled everything. The nights she held together his fractured world, her loyalty through prison, in the courtroom of public opinion, when rumors circled like vultures. He remembered soft smiles in hard moments, and the stubborn hope she always carried. And now, she confessed. The rumor mill, meanwhile, churned louder. Whispers of Sierra's pregnancy grew, adding gasoline to the fire. Could this be part of what drove her to confess? Some believed Yandy had been concealing something, a pending baby, another life she kept private. Others suspected that Sierra, whoever she was in their circle, became a catalyst, a rumor that pressed on fractures already too deep. Mendeecees felt torn. Was he mourning the marriage? Or was he mourning what he believed she still meant to him? Each rumor that swirled felt like a knife twisting. He couldn't chase every whisper, some were too hollow. Yet in the silence, doubts multiplied. The confessional room of their marriage now lay bare. Yandy, once his rock in the chaos of fame and drama, now stood as both accuser and penitent. Mendeecees, once the stoic king of his own domain, felt exposed. The protective walls he built around his heart cracked. He searched her face. Was there regret, relief, or both? Her eyes, wet, tired, spoke of countless sleepless nights. She admitted she'd grown weary. Tired of battles no one saw, of carrying burdens alone. She said, "Maybe I held on too long, hoping, but hoped for what? Redemption, forgiveness, a reset, or simply peace?" He wanted to demand answers. But his voice failed him. The words lodged in his throat. Everything felt too final, too irreversible. They danced around the aftermath for days. The social feeds buzzed. Media litigants. Fans picked sides. Each rumor fueled headlines. Each headline strengthened the narrative of collapse. The once tightrope between personal life and public spectacle now snapped entirely. Inside, Mendeecees wondered, was all this confession a crescendo built over years of wear and tear? Had they simply outgrown each other, in silence, in compromise, in buried resentments? Or was this moment a reckoning, unavoidable, even regenerative? He felt heartbroken, not just because of what she did, but because of what they had lost. The union they fought for in public, the vows whispered on stage, the dreams built in private, were now fractured. His heartbreak wasn't just betrayal, but mourning. Yandy, too, felt weight, relief, guilt, exhaustion. She confessed not to ruin, but to unburden. She confessed because the facade she held up was no longer sustainable. But confessing didn't guarantee healing. It only laid bare the scars. Amid all the rumors, one thing remained. The children, the shared history, the love once spoken in softer tones. They would navigate custody, public fallout, emotional fallout. There were no clean endings here, only transitions. Mendeecees would have to choose. Salvage what remained or walk away to preserve what's left of himself. Yandy, having revealed her truth, would have to decide whether to rebuild or surrender. The confession ended more than a marriage, it ended illusions. And as the world watched, fascinated, divided, the real damage was happening behind closed doors, two souls confronting what they had become, and what they still might be, apart.